It's another beautiful morning today to be reviewing some newspaper headlines with you all. And I'm not alone in the house. I'm with my barrister, my able co-host, Barrister Damisi. Welcome and good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Deborah.
It's good to see you.
My pleasure being here. Yes, good to see you as well.
I missed you during the week. I must say, I actually missed doing some newspaper review with you during the week.
Yes.
But it's nice. And to all our viewers out there, it's been a while. I missed all of your faces. And like I'd always say, to every headline, there's always a story behind it. And to every story, there's always a headline to tell what it's about. And we'll be diving into our newspaper headlines. And the first newspaper we'll be looking at is our Punch newspaper, where we see the biggest headline that 2027 presidency, Makinde orders to fight for PDP tickets in page 2. You know, when I saw this headline, the question that came to my mind first was, Makinde orders to fight for PDP tickets. Are they fighting just to sit on that presidency seat, or they're fighting for innovation in Nigeria? That question actually came to my mind first, because we see that if it comes to Nigeria and fight and hustle, we see most of the things that happen is not for innovation. We fight for power, we fight for other things, and like we said in our last newspaper review, we say people fight for themselves nowadays in Nigeria. The government itself are still fighting for themselves and their generations that have not been born. But we forget that we are a country and we need to think about others and how this affects others. But like I said, and like we have said, this particular question keeps ringing in my heart. We keep seeing headlines like this, that they come to fight for tickets, but we don't see headlines like other countries that you see one tech company is trying to beat the other tech company, one innovation is trying to hit better than the other innovation. When will we start hearing stories like that in Nigeria?
Hopefully soon. This one now, we are talking about the Oyo State governor. You know, I think PDP zoned their presidency to the south, and Oyo State governor being a southern governor, he is saying he wants to contest and fight with other people for the PDP ticket. You know, Nigeria, when they say someone is fighting, it's not that necessarily they are not fighting for the people. They are just fighting for, you know, to claim the ticket. And, you know, just like how Governor Wike said in 2023, he said, give me this ticket. It is me that deserves it. So Makinde is also saying he's the one that deserves the ticket. Let's see how it plays out. 2027 is just by the corner. 2025 is wrapping up. 2026, we'll see more political gimmicks and more political games being played. Then 2027 is now the election. So we are going to see a lot of this kind of talk. We are going to see a lot of fights, a lot of tussle between individuals, between political parties. But let's just see how the political arena plays out. Let's see how the political games plays out between these politicians. You know, like we've always said in this show, that most of our politicians in Nigeria, I don't want to say all of them, most of them, they don't fight for Nigerians. They don't fight for, they are not innovative, like you said. You know, they just want to fight to claim power and use it for their own benefits, for their own good, for their own ego. But hopefully things turn out different 2027. We get a president, or the president begins to do things that will affect the nation, and not just that they are fighting for power for their own selves. Yes.
Okay, in other headlines, we see that NAS vows critical assets shut down over ASU strike threats in page 29. The full story says that the National Association of Nigerian Students have vowed to shut down critical infrastructure across the country if the federal government fails to resolve the ongoing dispute with the Academic Staff Union of Universities. NAN's leaders warned that any disruption to the academic calendar would leave them in no choice but to mobilize mass protests that would paralyze airport road and government offices. The association argued that only children of ordinary Nigerians bear the brunt of repeated strikes, while politician children study comfortably abroad. Actually, that is true.
Yeah.
On one hand, it's not even on one hand. I think most of this statement is actually true. And I could understand from their own point of view why they want to do what they said they would do, and the fact that they are even targeting a particular place and they are mentioning the places they are going to target, government offices. Now this is a protest that they are telling you before time. They are not just taking the protest out of the blue. They are telling the government that if ASU will go on strike today, when you stop hearing it, ASU strike affected. I don't think there's any student or any Nigerian student that have not been affected by it.
Especially if you went to government schools or
Yes.
public schools, you know, ever since I gained consciousness that I'm a Nigerian, I don't think I've not heard of ASU strike. Almost every year you must hear of ASU strike. If not every year, maybe every two years you hear of ASU strike. And it's really sad. It's so sad that as a country we've not been able to deal with a simple issue such as ASU going on strike. That is Academic Staff Union of Universities. Them going on strike. These lecturers, what do they need? How can government solve this need? And now it's coming out to say that that's the student association coming out to say that they will shut down critical infrastructure and do a protest and all of that. They have no choice really, because they are the ones, they are tired, they are the ones in school. You know, I remember when I was in my university days, while I was schooling, you know, for a 5-year course, you spent 7 years, you know, and it's sad because your colleagues elsewhere in private schools, they finish their 5-year course, they are done. Again, and time is being wasted. Delay is happening to people. You know, people in other countries, they are doing well, they are soaring high. But you know, these politicians, because mostly it's because their children don't school in Nigeria. They don't school in, even if they school in Nigeria, they go to the best of private schools. Yeah, so that's the major reason. Because if these are politicians, if their children are in these public schools, trust me, ASU strike will be a thing of the past. Long time ago. Long time ago, you won't be hearing of ASU strike. But because most of these are politicians, 90% of them, 95% of them, right from even their primary school, some of them even take their primary school kids, their children to private schools. They take them to private schools, take them abroad and all. So you cannot blame NANS for saying that they will go on this protest. We are tired of hearing ASU. What does it take to solve? Is it more money? Are they crying for infrastructure? Is it more? The government needs to sit down and answer this question so that these lecturers will stop going on strike. It should be a thing of the past.
Most of their complaints have been coming from their fee not being paid,
their salary is not being paid.
And now, I think a news came out a few weeks ago that the federal government had put a strike on creation of public universities.
Yeah.
And the reason he said he was doing that, one of the reasons they mentioned was that they wanted to make
the present ones,
better deal with the ones that already exist.
Yes.
Be able to pay their teachers well, be able to make sure the infrastructure are up to or upgraded, and all of that. Now I think we were both on that news, and we were talking about seeing an impact of this particular reform that was brought. We want to see an impact. And seeing an impact starts from now.
Yeah.
Now, see another news saying that ASU wants to go on strike. Just because of the same reason why you said, these are the kind of things that actually remove trust from the citizens in their government.
Yeah.
ASU cannot trust the government to actually carry out most of the things they've said beyond paper. Can we see implementation done on these particular things? People will come out to say the news carry it. I think the other time we were talking about them paying the Falcons and all of that. Most of these things actually release it. It just makes you, it's just like a father coming to tell his child again and again, promising the child that I will buy you sweets today. Doesn't buy the sweets. Tomorrow I'll buy you sweets. The next day you tell your child you buy this child sweet, the child already knows in his heart that my father will not buy me this sweet. Even if you promise another person, the person is the child of see, my father will not buy me this sweet, believe it. That really gives I don't even know how to put that particular word. It's diminished the reputation of the Nigerian government to their own people, and it's not nice.
No, it's not. It's
nice
not
at all.
It's not at all. It's not nice at all. For the Nigerian government, I think what they need to do right now is to sit down with ASU and reach a consensus as to And again, not just reach that consensus, like we said, no, don't just write on paper. Implementation, very, very important. Implementation is key. Are they implementing the agreements that they reach with the ASU? And also, to the previous comments that you made about government stopping the establishment of more public institutions, to me is a very good one. We have so many schools, and let us work on the present ones that we have. If you go to our tertiary institutions, if you see the kind of infrastructure that is there, you will weep for this country. I mean, if you've gone abroad and you look at tertiary institutions, the difference is, the margin is too wide. If you go to Ghana, if you go to South Africa, I mean, if you check the infrastructure in their public schools, you will see that the Nigerian public schools are really, really a far cry from what it should be. So let them concentrate on the present ones. I think we have about 20-something federal institutions. I don't know the number of state institutions that we have. But these are the things that the government needs to look at. Look at improving infrastructure in public institutions, sit down with the lecturers, get a consensus, then also not just get a consensus with them, implement that agreement.
Implementation, like we said, is the major thing here. Please, please, Nigerian government, implementation is better than even you putting. I think your action speaks louder than words.
Than your words.
And if you are saying a lot and not, let me not, I wanted to give an adage, but I think that adage, you look like I'm